Right, let me ask you a simple, stupid question. Do you want to pass your driving test? If the answer is yes, carry on watching. If not, if you want to go and watch a cat falling off a shelf into a fish tank, off you pop. It's not going to be a fun video, it's not going to be exciting to watch, but I promise you one thing. If you watch it all the way through to the end, study, possibly even rewind a little bit, fast forward a little bit, just watch the bits, see how I deal with certain things. I promise you, watching these videos will help you pass your driving test, and it will help you to save time and lots and lots of money in the end. The more study you can do watching this kind of video, the less lessons you're going to need. So if you don't want to pass your driving test, go and find that cat video. Follow and like if you want to. Thank you. So, Bangor test route. So for the first part of the driving test, we'll be following the sat-nav. I'd like you to follow the directions given on the sat-nav, please. So we're heading out of here any second now. And the cleanest just arrived, so centre mirror, right mirror, indicate right.
You will arrive at your destination at 4:07 p.m. Turn
left, centre mirror,
bear
left
right.
mirror. Slow it down, make sure you look where you're going. Look to the right. Make sure there's nothing coming from the right.
Bear right, then turn left.
So we're following the sat-nav. This is the independent part of the driving test. If it wasn't for the cleaner arriving just as we were leaving the test centre, I would have asked you one of the tell me questions, which they ask you just before leaving the test centre. Now then, I can see there's something coming from the right. So I've just come to a stop, looking in all my mirrors, making sure everything's there. Find somewhere to pull up on the left for me, please. Centre mirror, left mirror. Indicate left. Just checking my mirror, making sure I'm nice and tidy up against the curb. Finish with the indicator, cancel the indicator. And move away when ready, please. Centre mirror, right mirror. Over my right shoulder. I'll pop a right indicator on and check my blind spot twice. You don't have to check it twice. Once is good enough, as long as you're sure there's nothing coming. So on the straight, up to about 20, 25, slowing it down to about 15 for this 90-degree bend. Quick look across the grass over there, just to make sure there's no big trucks or anything coming. Up to about
After 200
25.
yards, go right on the roundabout and take the second exit, A5, Bangor Road.
So it's 50-50 whether they turn left or right at the
Go
roundabout.
right on the roundabout and take the second exit.
Centre mirror, right mirror, indicate right, because she's just told us to go right. Look that way, look at where I'm going, look to the right, look at where I'm going. Pop that indicator back on, left mirror, left indicator. And the examiner could possibly say, find somewhere to pull up on the left for me, please. Centre mirror, I'm indicating left, so I'm just going to slow it down, keeping my left indicator on, slowing it down, 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 down. Looking in that left mirror, nice and tidy. Cancel that indicator, move away when ready, please. Over my right shoulder, making sure there's very safe to move away. Little indicator,
After 200
gently
yards,
away.
cross the roundabout and take the second exit, A5, Bangor Road.
Centre mirror,
Cross the roundabout
just ease
and
off.
take the second exit.
We're already in second gear, which is the perfect gear for 90% of roundabouts. Halfway round, left mirror, left indicator, and away. Now then, I've got two cars in front of me. It is a 40-mile-an-hour limit road, this is. So if these guys wouldn't have been in front of me, I would have tried to get it up to at least 35. Now it is a Sunday afternoon.
Cross the roundabout and take the first exit, A5, Bangor Road.
Okay. Right, straight ahead of the roundabout.
Cross the roundabout and take the first exit.
Off the gas, clutch down into second gear, roundabout because I'm telling the car behind me that I'm exiting on the next available exit. Now then, two cars ahead of us is driving
After
very slowly.
800 yards, go right on the roundabout.
They're actually in
and
a
take the third exit, A55, towards
national
Square
speed
Gully.
limit applies zone at the moment. So if we're in a national speed limit applies zone for a car, it's 60 miles an hour. So if it wasn't for these guys in front of me, I would have been getting that speed up to at least 45. Now then, we're going right to the roundabout. Centre mirror, right mirror, indicate right. Please tell me these are not going right. Just gonna slow it down. Clutch down into second gear.
Go right on the roundabout and take the third
See,
exit,
there's nothing coming,
A55,
so I'm not going to
towards
mess
Square
about.
Gully.
Keeping my right indicator on, stay on the inside. Just listening to that indicator. There we go. Oh my lord. Pick a lane, any lane will do. Centre mirror, left mirror,
Take the
indicate
exit.
left. Start accelerating out of the roundabout. Now then, we're on a slip road onto the A55. This is your opportunity to get that speed up and match the cars on the dual carriageway. Making sure that I'm indicating right and that there's nobody in that outside in that lane. Now then, I'm assessing the situation. I'm looking as far ahead as possible. I'm looking in my mirrors and I'm assessing the situation behind me as well. I've got 3 cars on a motorhome in front of me. I've got a van overtaking me, even though I'm doing 68. Miles an hour below the speed limit. Now I'm looking at this Jaguar in front of me. I don't want to get too close to him because I do want to keep a 2-second gap. So I've just eased off that gas pedal. I'm looking at that motorhome and the very nice Porsche driving past us. I'm holding that steering nice and steady. Now I've managed to get up to at least 65, 66, 67. The examiner would be happy with that. Basic rules of speed is
1.6 miles. Take the exit 9A55 towards Bangor.
yes dear. Basic rule of speed is, let me just deal with this. If it's a 70 miles an hour speed limit and it's safe to do 70, do 70. But if you ask me, I'm just gonna check my right mirror, indicate right, moving out to the right. Just keeping my eye on that Jaguar. Right, the motorhome's moved over. Now then, sat-nav's telling me that it's the next exit we need. So I'm checking my left mirror, indicating left. I'm not moving over straight away. I'm just going to drift over nice and slowly with my left indicator on. 1 lane, 1 car. Now then, coming up in front of us, there's a slip road. Now our exit is coming up as well, just the other side of the slip road. So you want to try and stay in this lane if possible. You don't want to be caught out there if your exit's coming off. And the sign we're looking for is just there. It's the green and white sign with 3 marks on it.
Take the exit 9.
It tells you 300 metres to the exit. That's where I indicate. Now then, I'm coming off, so I'm following this solid white line on the left, and now I'm starting to brake on the slip road. That black and white sign over there tells me it's a sharp bend, so I'm right down on the
After
speed.
200 yards, go left on the roundabout
So,
and take the first exit
centre mirror,
A487
left mirror,
towards Square
indicate left, because the sat-nav has just told me we're going left of the roundabout, so I'm staying close to the left white line. I'm looking at the cars from the right. Look at where I'm going, look at where I'm going, look to the right, look at where I'm going. That's it, and gently away in second gear. the sat nav, centre mirror, right mirror, we're going right.
After 200 yards, go right
Checking
on
my
the
right mirror
roundabout and take
before
the third
moving out,
exit towards
before
Islington Willing
indicating.
Hospital. Then bear right.
I'm already in second gear. I'm just checking my centre mirror. I can see that car undertaking me. Nobody over there. Nice and easy. There we go. And third exit, left mirror, left indicator. Now then, this next roundabout freaks a lot of students out. Shouldn't do.
After 100
It's just a roundabout.
yards, bear right, then go left.
So it's on
the
a hill.
roundabout
You
and
can't
take the
see what's
first
coming from the
exit.
right till the very last second. So this is one of those 5% roundabouts which we do in first gear.
Go left on the
Centre
roundabout
mirror, left
and take
mirror,
the first
indicate
exit,
left,
Penharold
off the
Road.
gas, let the hill slow the car down. No need to touch the brake going uphill. Into first gear, found the bite point. Look to the right, look at where I'm going. Listen to that, I'm just playing with the bite point, giving it plenty of gas and just playing with the bite point, only sending about 50% of the power down to the wheels. Up into second gear. Centre mirror, right mirror, indicate right. Sometimes they use this estate. It doesn't tell me to do so on the sat nav, but I'm going to do it anyway. After looking into the road I'm driving into, nothing coming towards me. Now then, looks like a small estate, lots of houses, driveways. So I've just eased off. I'm down to well below 10 miles an hour in first gear. Now I can see there's a door partly open and what looks like possibly hazard warning lights. Yeah, is it a... yeah, it's Elon Musk making some more money. So blind bend coming up. I'm only going round that 6. I don't know what's coming. So I've gone from averaging 65-70 on the dual carriageway down to below 10. There's a junction on the left, we're going to turn left. Centre mirror, left mirror, indicate left. I'm just adjusting. Now then, there's a car parked there. Okay, so what we're going to do is, we're going to do a parallel park using this green van in front of us. So pull up next to that green van for me please, then reverse back to the curb within 2 car lengths, finishing a reasonable distance away from the curb. So I'm just going to come to a stop about a metre away from him, door mirror to door mirror. I'm going to pop it into reverse gear, checking my blind spots. Now then, there is a car just appeared, so we're on a hill, so I'm just going to turn the steering wheel 1 complete turn, checking, making sure there's nothing coming. And once we're at about that angle, I'm going to straighten the steering wheel up, so we're going in a dead straight line towards the curb, watching that black car. I'm only going less than 1 mile an hour, checking my blind spots as I go. There we go. I'm now going to turn 1 complete turn away from the curb, actually a little bit more, just going a little bit closer to the curb, just watching this car behind me. There we go. I'm straightening the car up now. There we go. I'm just going to keep moving because I want to try not to block these driveways. I'm keeping my eyes on this black car. I'm going to pop my left indicator on just to tell him that I've stopped there. Let him go. Just give him a wave for being patient with me. Thank you very much. I'll move away when ready, please. So, pop my handbrake on, checking all around, over my right shoulder. Now, don't know if you've noticed, I did actually stop blocking somebody's drive. If the examiner says to you, for the purpose of the exercise, you can ignore the driveway, or you can ignore the bus stop, or you can ignore the double yellow lines, then yes, you can do it. But only if they give you permission to do so. If they don't say those words, for the purpose of the exercise, or just for now you can ignore this or you can ignore that, if they say so, it's okay. If they don't block anybody's drive, don't stop on a bus because you're not a bus. Just keeping an eye on all the kids. I'm just going to pop it into second, excuse me, because it's not too bad along here. Now then, I'm going to start following the sat-nav again now. So the driving test lasts for, in my experience, anywhere between 30 minutes and an hour maximum. On average, it's about 40-45 minutes. Just watching this young lad on the bike. And back down into first gear. Right then, the sat-nav, I'm just going to follow the sat-nav again now. Telling me to turn left at the end. I'm just watching that car. He's
After
going
80
left.
yards, turn left for Cannon. Then, at the end of the road, turn right.
Okie dokie. Yeah, lasts for, let's just say 45 minutes. Taking in a variety of road conditions.
Turn right, then Harworth Road. Then, cross the roundabout
Now then.
and take the second exit.
I can't see very well to the left. So I'm just approaching it with the clutch down in first gear. Just tickling that bite point. Just sending enough energy down to those wheels that I need just to move the car forward really slowly.
Take the second exit.
Okay, darling. Right, follow the road ahead. Now then, we're in a 30 zone. I'm in third gear. For 90% of Bangor, town and city, I suggest 5 miles an hour below the speed limit. So I like 25 in a 30. Me personally, I like 65 in a 70. I like 35 in a 40. Take a wild guess what speed I like at 50 miles an hour.
To 300 yards, cross the roundabout and take the first exit, Harworth Road.
It's really quiet at the moment. There we go. So, at the roundabout, I can see there's a junction just before it, and we're going straight ahead according to the sign. So I'm just going to clutch down into second gear,
Cross the
and I
roundabout
can indicate
and
left
take the first exit.
about here. Nobody coming out of the hospital. There we go. Right, watching that taxi. So that taxi just pulled up over there. So I'm keeping my eyes in. Just quick glance in there. Going to give him plenty of space. Now they're dead easy in front of me. I'm just going to pick that speed up a little bit. I reached 27. Naughty. Actually, it's not too bad at the moment. So if it does look a reasonably easy road you're on, now then, first of all, recommended 20 zone, okay? Now it's a Sunday today, I recommend you do 20. So I'm just going to ease off that gas, I'm going to drop it down into second gear. I know it's a Sunday today and there's no chance of any children, but we are talking about your driving test. So we don't want any reason whatsoever, mind you, from September the 17th, 2023 this year, most 30 mile an hour speed limits are being dropped down to 20 miles an hour. So I better get used to driving at 20. It's going to drive everybody behind me insane. There we go. Just past that sign telling us that the 20 is finished. Back up into third gear. Now then, it's a reasonably easy road, so I'm going to let it drift just a little bit above 25. Right then, park car on the left. Just a quick glance in that right mirror. So let's just assume that the examiner's going to say, find somewhere safe, legal and convenient to pull up on the left for me, please. First thing is centre mirror, indicate left. I can see that's a bus stop. I got 1, 2, 3, what looks like 4 higher curbs on the left. So I'm just going to slow it down into second gear, watching this car behind me. That's it, quick look at my left mirror. There we go, and come to a stop there. Cancel that indicator. I'll move away when ready, please. So, checking my mirrors over my right shoulder, up to see it, but I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So I'm just watching cars parked on both sides of the road. That makes the road narrower. So there could be a bus or something coming up towards us. It's going to make things awkward. Centre mirror, left
Go
mirror,
left on
indicate
the
left.
roundabout and take the first exit, Belmont Road, then turn left.
There we go, so we're going up this way. Sometimes they go straight ahead there.
Turn left,
Down Penny
then
Quinton.
turn right.
Right then, they could ask you to do a hill start. That white sign there, the examiner could say, just pull up on underneath that white sign on the left there, please. Centre mirror, indicate left. Have a little look around, making sure there's nobody coming out of the
After
driveways.
200
There we go.
yards, turn right for
Full up
North
here.
Road.
And secure the car, please. So, into neutral, handbrake on, cancel our indicator. And move away when ready, please. Into first gear, hill start. Right then. Just watch, I can see there's a car coming in my right mirror. Let's have a look. I'm bouncing between. I could have gone, couldn't I? Yeah. Been a bit of a drama queen now. Now there's two cars coming. I'm just going to keep my eyes on them. My left hand is on the handbrake ready. Right. Find a bite point. Hold it. Hold it. Hear that engine? I'd rather have too much gas than not enough. And now I'm bringing that clutch all the way up to the top. I held it on that bite point for as long as humanly possible. And we're going next right. Oh, listen to the sat nav. Centre mirror, right mirror.
After 60
indicate
yards,
right.
turn right for North Road.
Slowing it down, making sure I know exactly what's around me, behind me, by the sides of me. There we go, and gently on that gas. Keep an eye on my speed all the time. It only takes half a second to dart your eyes from what's going on in front of you down to the speed back on the road. Mirror, back on the road. Up into third gear. Put it in fifth. Back into third gear. Almost perfect. Now then. So 26 in a 30. As you can see, it's really quiet. It's a Sunday afternoon. But I'm still, regardless of how quiet it is, I am still hunting everywhere for potential problems. Yeah? Mirror, speed, road. Mirror, speed, road. Right, I'm moving out to the right a little bit. I did check my right mirror first. There we go. So we'll do a full-on, complete.
After 300 yards, go right on the roundabout and take the second exit, A5, Holyhead Road, then sharp left, Dial Road.
Yes, dear. So we'll do a complete, full-on Bangor Driving Test Route. Centre mirror, right mirror,
Go right on the
indicate
roundabout
right.
and take the second exit,
Slow it
then
down.
sharp
I
left.
need about 11 miles an hour there. Looking to the right. Clutch down. I can see a car. There's indicator. There we go. Making sure. So coming to a stop then at 11 miles an hour. I didn't have time to glance at the speed I was doing, but it felt like about 10-11 miles an hour. Coming to a stop at that last second when that person, that car, that motorbike, anything appears on the right or coming round the roundabout.
After 200 yards, sharp left, A5, Dial Road.
It's much more comfortable coming to a stop if you're getting ready to come to a stop. If you're not prepared to come to a stop,
Sharp
it's
left.
going to be very uncomfortable of a stop. Right, centre mirror. Now the lights have turned to red. There's a green section in the middle of the road. That's for cyclists. So I'm just going to come to a stop there just before the cyclists. Lights are turning green. Watching these guys coming up towards us. We're going to stay in the left-hand lane. We don't need to merge to them. So we're just going to stay in our lane. Up through the gears. There's another roundabout coming up in the distance.
After 200 yards, cross the roundabout and take the first exit, A5, Cross the
24
roundabout and take the
centimetre,
first exit.
left mirror, indicate left, slow it down, have a little look where I'm going. There is a car coming out of Asda, but it's really slow and he's quite far away from the junction, not going to affect us. So what are you taking into consideration when you do spot a vehicle coming from the right? Indicators, position, speed. So the lights were on red. I spotted them because I'm looking far ahead. I eased off the gas. No need to come to a stop because I planned for it.
After 300 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit, A5, Garth Road. Then take the third
This
right.
is a little confusing, this junction and mini roundabout here. So I'm just going to check my centre mirror, slow it down into second gear. So there is a giveaway markings on the road in front of us. We have to give way to anything coming down from the right. There's nobody there. There are marks on the road telling us to use the left-hand lane.
Take the third right.
So it's telling us to take the third right, is it? Okay. So just following the road.
After 200 yards, turn right, Glyn Road. Then
Centimetre,
turn left.
right mirror, indicate right.
Turn right, then turn left.
Down into second, just keeping an eye on that Audi. Because he did have a right indicator on. Ah, no he didn't. He had his hazard lights on. His left indicator on the back wasn't working. So, and away. Quick glance in there just in case. You never know. And we're turning left.
Turn left, follow this lane.
And I look across the park. There we go. Super slow. See all the kids? Do we have any rogue ones? Any's gone missing?
At the end of the road, turn left, Sierreal Road.
Now then,
Turn left.
what would happen if we went the wrong way? Now then, the sat nav is telling me to go straight ahead all the way down to the bottom of the road. I'm going to pretend that I'm a little bit on the thick side, or am I pretending? I'm going to turn right. Centre mirror, right mirror, indicator. Do you know what? I thought it said right. That's it. So I'm just going to turn right here. Now then, the sat nav wanted us to go straight ahead. I'm going to turn left at the end because the sat nav is recalculating now. Centre mirror, left mirror. And I'm just going to turn left here. There we go. It's a very tight little junction. Just looking left and right, doing it super slow in first gear. I clutch is down and just play with that bike point just to let it nudge forwards a little bit. And I've got them completely. Oh, there we go. So the sat nav has recalculated now.
At the end of the road, turn right, A5, Beach Road. Then you have reached your destination.
Centre mirror, right mirror,
Turn
indicate
right,
right.
then you have reached your destination.
So most of the time, following the sat nav or following the road signs too. Let me just get up behind this BMW. There we go. Do you want to rewind that and count how many times I looked left and right before pulling out onto that main road? Now
After
then.
250 yards, you have reached your destination.
So, that's the end of the independent part of the driving test. I shall be giving you directions from now on.
You have reached your destination, Beach Road.
I know that girl. She passed the test with me about 6 months ago. So,
I'm not sure I understand.
We're heading back towards the driving test centre now. You've only got about another 10 minutes and that's the end of the test, where the examiner will say to you, if you've driven like this, I'm pleased to tell you you've passed your driving test. So it's still a 30. I don't want to mess up in the last 5 to 10 minutes. There we go. So we've just passed the 40 signs. So I'm pushing that gas pedal down and I'm accelerating up to between 35 and 40 along here. So this is a complete potential Bangor driving test route we've just done. Normally they come out of the test centre, turn left, go through Bangor, do a manoeuvre, possibly even an emergency stop somewhere, and then back on the dual carriageway, back to the driving test centre, or the opposite way round, out to the test centre, do a little bit of dual carriageway, centre mirror, indicate right. The same routine every single time. Go all the way round Bangor, back to the test centre, doing one manoeuvre and possibly right there. Just slowed it right down. 13, 12, 11. Left mirror, left indicator. Tiny little bit of gas now just to pull us forwards. We're heading back down to the driving test centre. You've only got another 5 minutes to go. Just trying to avoid the big giant potholes. Right, coming up to that 90-degree bend. Checking my centre mirror, easing off, slowing down a little bit. Quick glance over there. About 15 for that bend. It's a 90-degree bend. Got it to 15 just before the bend, and then accelerated slightly out of it, or slightly accelerated out of it. So, lots of people fail on this junction. You have no idea what's coming up from the left till the very last second. So I'm going to prepare. 1, 2, indicate right. I want to turn right at the junction ahead. I have no idea what's coming from the left. So I'm just going to slow it right down, down, into first gear, about 5 miles an hour. Now I can see there's nothing coming. 2, 3 checks, and gently away. Up into second gear, gently away. We're coming back to the test centre now. It's just around the corner. We'll take the next junction on the right, please. Centre mirror, right mirror. Slowing it down. There we go. Nothing coming towards us. And take the next junction on the left, please. Centre mirror, left mirror. I'm just going to slow it down into first gear, and we're pulling back into the driving test centre, where you'll pull up over there somewhere, and the examiner will ask you to switch the engine off, and I will come out of the waiting room and I'll stand here next to you. If you could just open the door for me like that, I will come and stand there, and then then the examiner will say, I'm pleased to tell you that you've driven exceptionally well, and obviously it was Dave that taught you. Dave, well done mate, you've done a really good job with the students. That's it, thank you very much, hope you enjoyed this. I will be doing a few more Bangor test routes just for my students to do a little bit of homework and get used to all the junctions, all the potential roundabouts. Now I can't give a 100% guarantee of which junctions or which roundabouts or which roads or which directions, because you should be able to deal with any circumstance you come across on the road. So every single type of junction and roundabout has the same rules, whether you do it in the top of Scotland, down in the centre of London, or here in North Wales in Bangor. The rules are exactly the same. Slightly different types of roundabouts, big ones, little ones. There's no square ones, no triangular ones, they're all reasonably circular. So, join us again soon. Thank you very much for coming with me on the drive. Did you spot any deliberate mistakes? Did I make any? I don't think I did. Anyway, so if you could give me one of them down there, it would be much appreciated. Thank you very much.